Hold our order. The time is 5:30 and we are conducting the budget 2026 revenue sources. Jody, can we please have a roll call? Present.
Member Bryson. Here. Member Carlson. Member Carson. Here. Councilmember Dorman. Here. Councilmember Stewart. Here. Councilmember Whitehouse. Here. This chief. Mr. Olson.
Here.
And I will secret Stewart.
All right, can I put a motion to excuse John and Andrew? Okay, good, thank you. All in favor? All right. All right, we're going to open public session right now. Open public hearing is 5:31. And the presentation is the budget 2026 revenue sources. This is the same one that was done at the last council meeting. Right here we have is our general fund projections. It's basically given our future years projections for our end fund balance at the beginning of each year, and it's the gradual increases. If you look at 2026, it's like down. We are still refining the preliminary budget. The 2026 you'll see a growth. 25 down. The reason being is 26 is those funds have not come in from LGBT, any grants, any funding from the Commerce is sending our funds right now, so those are not in there. So you'll see that gradually start going back up. This is our general fund projection for property tax. This right here is from 2026. You're looking at 1%. 10 years interest is on $2,000 is $700, so it's not very much. New construction is around $3,000 annually. Council had that decision this last council meeting for the discussion of keeping the 1% rather than giving it back, banking it for another time, which we won't get. So Jeff is getting that stuff ready to present to you during next council meeting. And that's the 1% added is basically $1.10 to your annual property tax. So not very much. Your general fund projections for your local tax. If you look at it's pretty much baseline, your retail tax is in the blue, public safety is in orange, and your TBD grants, your transportation benefit district sales is on the green. You're going to look at is the 2024 SAU tax deduct or decreations due to the restaurant and hotels. So if we're not getting any revenue coming in, you'll see them drop down. But we're looking at a conservative 2%. So not very much growth, but we're going to keep it consistent. The actual numbers, you'll get more in depth at the end of the year when those numbers do come in. Your general fund projection tax revenue. Right here, if you see the enterprise here is administrative and support, waste management, and remediation services. The 2023, since those funds were not properly allocated and then the correct budget or fund level where they're supposed to be, according to their bars numbers, you'll see the number in 2024 jump way up, which is a good thing because that's where the monies and funds have to be. The accommodations and food services is down 23% from 2024 versus 2023, and that's post-COVID. And the other services, exempt public administration, is 196,267. And you'll see that's actually less than last year. We're at 2% loss right now. But that will level it out because all the funds are properly allocated where they're supposed to be now. Your general fund projections for your local tax. Those things right here, the needed resolutions for 2026, we need to update the fee resolutions for what we currently have, whether it be garbage, sewer, utilities, utility cables, telephones, electrical, all the things that our city does, which is the top 3 utilities that we tax ourselves. That is this. And we need to do that fee schedule before the end of the year. Your general fund projection, leasehold excise tax. You're looking about $2,000, so it's not very much, but that's just revenue every year. Your general fund projection is your local fees. We're being very conservative. This is like your permit fees and everything. So from 2026 versus 2025, business license is up 1%. So we're going to keep it conservative the same way it is. I know a lot of laws are changing here pretty soon, so hopefully we do see a gradual portion where more people are going to be getting permits and fees for that. And that will need to be updated. Your general fund projection for permits, 2026 versus 2025 business license, still look at conservative 1%, and that's post-COVID. So I'm going to keep it straight. Your general fund projections for the COP grants, you see 2024 obviously shot up. That was due to staffing, and we having to pay county. We are currently getting some of those funds back, which is really good. So you'll see in 2025, it may be a low number, but that number will change when those funds start coming in. Then we'll be able to push the projections back up. But we want to keep it conservative, not too much gradual right now. Your general fund projection for your PUD privilege tax. So it's picking up 14,000 up since 2025. So it's peaked there. 2024, those funds were not properly placed where they should have been. That was the prior administration, not this one. Just so Jeff wanted that to be clear. Your general fund projection, your local tax, 2026 versus 2025 liquor profit tax, 1% is what we're looking at. There's not very much upgain. We do have upgain on pull tabs. So those are really beneficial. General fund projections. We need to update the 2026 fee resolutions for this as well. And then 2026 versus 2025, looking at 21% growth. And that's due to the manpower, copies, police manpower replacement, Live Nation. When we do have Live Nation come back, because I know we were short staffed, that number will shoot back up to close to around $31,000. So that's revenue for the city. General fund projections, court fees, and gambling tax. Gambling tax right now, that again, those gambling fees that the pull tabs, 2025, looking at around 11,264 at current date. That number will change obviously as the rest of the year goes on. And then the traffic court fines, you're looking at $800. The pull tabs they're coming up. Your general fund projection, library agreement, we're basically saying 0%. It's just going to keep steady out. You're looking at $6,339. General fund projections, your interest in rentals and leasing. So right there, your interest rates and sales tax from the LGIP, you'll see it from 2025 to 2026. We're looking at just 0. We have about $1.1 million investments in that right now. And that's at a 4.28 interest rate. Your general fund projections, the city RV rental is higher than previous lease. So in 2024, you're looking at, we're supposed to have, 2023 is $26,553. 2024, where the city did not receive any revenue from the campgrounds. Currently, we're sitting over $52,429. That was in the last 2.5 months. So next year, we're projecting to be around $103,000. So it's great revenue for the city. Your street front projects, your 2026 versus 2025 fuel tax, we're just going to keep a modest 1%. And your transit as well, 1%. That's your fuel tax. And that's averaging around $29,000 for fuel tax and around $1,700 for transportation. Your street fund projects, we transferred the from REIT 1 only. You transfer REIT and then TBD. TBD includes like your vehicle fees that you purchase, your tabs, all that stuff. They have to make sure that they're separated from REIT 1 and REIT 2. 2025, you're looking at REIT 1. Oh, I skipped around here, sorry. It's on auto. Transferred in from TBD in 2025 is 152,812. Transferred in REIT is 100,000. Next year, you'll see the number come down because things are properly placed where they should be. Your benevolent fund projections, that's your contributions and donations from private sources. So we're just keeping on point there. It's going to stay consistent, 0. So you're looking at 2026 of $2,514. Stadium tax fund, 2026 versus 2025, looking at 1%. Your hotel and stadium motel tax. So right now, 2024 is 47,428. 2025 is 35,581. And 2026, you're looking at 35,936. The number again can change by the end of the year. Your REIT fund projections from 2001 to 2003, REIT was improperly booked, and it should be broken down from REIT 1 and REIT 2. And you'll see that last slide where 2024 did not show up, that's where the funds were supposed to be. So we're keep it conservative at 1%. So you're looking around a little over $27,000. Your TBD funds projections, 2025 versus 2026, again, it's going to be 1%. All TBD goes right into your street funds. Now, in the future, if council would approve it, Jeff would like it, the TBD funds that come in, they go to the street funds. We have a separate account. So he has to put it into that fund. And every time that he wants to pull the money out to put it where it's supposed to be, he has to manually do it every single time. So that one account shouldn't even exist. Your waterfront projections, 2026 versus 2025, rate, you're looking at about a 2% increase. Those fee schedules, again, will need to be redone as well by the end of 2026. And Jeff and I will be working on the agreement so that you'll see all the other fees that need to go up. Or appropriate, anyway. Your solid waste fund projections, 2026 versus 2025, you're looking at a 4% increase, so we're right on mark for the growth. That will also have to be the 2026 fee resolution 2 to fix those. And those are reviewing to self-perform. So those are all internal fees that we charge, not something that comes out from the state. The 2025, you look at 455,895, and every year you're looking at to go up 2% or 4%, sorry. Sewer fund projections, 2026 versus 2025, the rates you're looking at a 2% increase. Those 2026 fees resolutions will have to be updated as well. That's for your sewer service charges. So right now, your sewer service charges right now in 2025, 1,197,508. In 2026, you're looking at 1.2. So it's gradually increasing the way we want it to. Your total revenue projections, these are the year right here. Obviously, we're not going to have any grants and stuff coming in yet, or the loans from 2026 to 2030. At the end of the year, those ones will start populating and you'll start seeing the actual numbers. Right? It is 5:44. We're going to open it up to public comment. Will anyone from the public like to make a comment regarding the revenue? Budget revenue, please stand at the podium, say your name, address, and please keep it under 3 minutes, please. You.
3 minutes.
30. Public comment.
Can I sit down in between? Okay, first one, projection 2026, beginning balance 245.
Are you on the first page?
And then the first page with information. So that is where we're starting, and all the projections are gonna be added to that number.
Correct.
Property tax is going up 1% a year, I think that's our ceiling. Thank you. General fund, local tax, public safety, nothing there. Okay, slide number 5, I believe it is. Next one. That one. Okay, so we have garbage funding from 2025 to 2026, about 50%. Did you explain that?
This is just for comments only.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why it dropped 50%. And then again, if we're considering doing our own solid waste disposal. It looks like in 2029 and 2030, we doubled the number of projection for that, for the garbage fund. It just doesn't make any sense. If we're looking to go with our own garbage disposal before 2029, it doesn't show any. We've gone 50% down in 2026 and 100% up in 2030. I think that needs an explanation. So when I cut me off at 3 minutes, I'll sit down for a second. Short-term rentals. Right now, Airbnb is charging 10.5% sales tax on our short-term rentals in city. They're allowed to go up to 12% max, with the extra 1.5 in sales tax be given back to the city, is the question. And if so, I would push forward on the Airbnb. For what I understand, the state is going to mandate every city do an Airbnb certification or what is called registration within our own city limits. So that's going to be a debate coming up. I'd like to see that raised to 12%. 12% is maximum for anything outside of King County, or Seattle. They can go up to 15%. So 12% is our ceiling. General fund permits, building. I don't know how to decide that one. Let's go on. That's fair. I don't know them to the extent. General fund projection, slide 12. Yes, let's keep it there. We were talking about the let's go to the first page with pool taxes. It looks like you entered the pool tax twice. Right. I'm trying to find that. I don't know. Gambling tax on slide 14. Gambling tax. Yes. Down there it says you projecting $11,376. Pardon?
I have to navigate. I was helping Peter find this one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I agree with that. 11,376 projection of collections on the general fund. But yet in there was another entry.
Five.
Pardon?
Five.
5. You had the same number projected into your general fund. So if you want to go back to slide 5. One more maybe. Hold on. Yeah, the 11,376 has been added twice. So you might want to make note of that. That could be. You could do it, yeah. You got 11,000 twice. The interest rate, 4.28%, I like that number. So 1.1 million in our LGIP, that's good. Now, the RV park. We're making money, that's according to the mayor. But I'm really interested in looking for capital expenses and operating expenses. I can ask that question today. Benevolent fund, is there any way we total up the amount of in-kind volunteer equivalency in dollars? If so, I'd like to initiate that. The Floating Folk Festival donated in kind $12,000 worth of labor. I understand the REIT fund mistake. The water fund going up 2%. Does that take place on January 1st? Question mark. The solid waste fund is 4%. I believe, Judith, you were working on the solid waste funds back when you were with the utility rates. Now, is 4% accurate all the time? They vary to the CPI, don't they?
They do,
Okay.
and it may not be, and that was a heads up, but there's a 2% standard raise every
Okay.
year, so that probably should be.
For the conservative, Jeff, yeah.
Well, somebody needs to talk to them.
I just want us to,
See whether they.
just want to forewarn, 4% may be off a little bit, so.
Yeah.
Maybe make the projection according to consolidated. When they first posted the number, I think it was in January.
And I think it's 6%.
Okay. The storm drain, excuse me, I think I jumped ahead. Sewer fund. You like? You're paying for the magnificent job you're doing on Common Phyllis, Fur and Lakeshore Drive. And you said it was coming out of your fund. Now, that should be coming out of the storm drain projections. We also talked about not imposing the storm drain tax this year due to maybe the severity of it and the backlash it would give. But I'd like to know where this money is going to come from if we squeeze other projects and we get the money to pay for this magnificent effort. So we don't tax your plans for the sewer treatment plant. So I'd like to make sure we can separate that and get a good analysis going. Okay. And I just want to know, are we investing in Bitcoin? Are we investing in Bitcoin?
Yeah.
That's a question. Are we going beyond the LGIP and going into Bitcoin? Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. I did update that, then I forgot to add it, or I added on a different slide. All right, any other public comments? All right, it is 5:54. We are going to close public comment. And we are going to end the open public hearing. Time is 5:54. We're adjourned.
Okay, thanks, Mom.